Hi guys, in today's video we'll be looking at the average speeds or mobile data rates that you get with 4G and 5G networks. 4G is enabled by a technology called LTE or long-term evolution. So LTE, the basic LTE was launched in 2009 and it offers a certain speed which we will show you later in this video. And then you have LTE Advanced, which is an enhancement to LTE, and it offers higher speeds than LTE. And then there was another enhancement called LTE Advanced Pro, which is even better or more superior than LTE Advanced. So LTE Advanced Pro offers the highest speeds in LTE. But then we have 5G networks that are enabled by a technology called New Radio or NR. 5G NR is even better than LTE Advanced Pro, and it offers you the highest possible speeds that mobile networks can offer you today. So what I'm going to do in this video is that I'll show you the average 4G and 5G speeds in at least 3 countries. So I'll show you the 4G speeds in the UK, in Canada, and in Sweden. So I have London, I have Stockholm, and I have Toronto. This is where I measured the LTE speeds. For 5G, I only have the UK speeds available, so I will show you what kind of average mobile data rates you can get with 5G in the UK. Let's start with the summarized view. The average speeds of 4G and 5G networks vary considerably depending on your mobile network operator and location. So if you look at this table here on the screen, the average download speed of 4G with the LTE Advanced technology is between 60 to 120 Mbps. The average upload speed is around 15 to 30 Mbps. Now, you have to remember that the 4G networks were introduced in 2009, so more than a decade of improvements have already been applied to get closer to the peak speeds of 3 Gbps, which the LTE network can theoretically deliver. Now, on the other hand, the theoretical download speed for 5G is over 10 Gbps. So the data rates are expected to increase as the 5G networks evolve over the next few years. But at the moment, when 5G is still in the early days, in the UK, it can offer average speeds of 100 to 200 in downloads and 25 to 50 Mbps in uploads. The speed of 4G and 5G mobile networks for you depends on one essential factor: the quality of your mobile network. The overall quality of the network of your mobile network operator, especially in your geographical location, for example, home, office, neighborhood, etc., determines how good your speeds can be. And what is quality? For quality, you need good capacity and coverage. For good capacity, you need more bandwidth, so higher bandwidth per user means higher speed per user. Then you have coverage, which is fundamental, but you need a good signal from a good technology. For example, an average 5G signal is likely to give you better speeds than a good 3G signal. We need to be aware that since the mobile network is a shared resource, where the network traffic sources, that is people with phones, are generally on the move, it is not unusual for the traffic to fluctuate during busy hours. Busy hours are times when people are most likely to use their mobile phones, for example, mornings when people are going to work, and evenings when they're heading home. Nowadays, as many people work from home, even office hours, for example 9 to 5, can be busy for mobile networks, especially when people use their phones as a mobile hotspot. In busy hours, the mobile network has a higher load and is therefore a bit limited in giving you the best possible speeds. In the following slides, we will look at a series of speed tests we carried out in the UK, Canada, and Sweden. Let's start with the UK, where we did most of the speed tests over a period of more than 2 years. The SIM card I use for most UK tests is from one of the UK's largest mobile operators. I've also tested SIM cards from other operators, but the speeds have not been considerably better or different, at least in the locations I tried. In the UK, I tested locations mainly in Berkshire County, including areas like Reading, Slough, and Maidenhead. I also did some tests in central London, including zones from 1 to 5. Some of the highest speeds were seen in central London, but the overall experience in different locations has been a mixed one. So if you look at this graph on the screen, the tests on the left side are from 2021, and those on the right side are from 2022 and 23. Instead of doing a mathematical average, which can potentially be misleading, the best way to look at these speed tests is to look at all the values from the different tests and focus on the trend. As you may note, there are many tests where the download speeds are well over 80 or even 100 Mbps. Generally, I have seen download speeds of around 60 to 100 Mbps with 4G LTE in the Berkshire area. Interestingly though, the highest 4G speed I recorded in the UK was in Berkshire, and it was 321 Mbps with LTE Advanced, so LTE Plus. However, lately the speeds have been a little bit on the lower side. When a mobile operator has more subscribers in an area than their network capacity, the data rates are bound to decrease in that area. So the speeds are very local, and you must not decide on a mobile operator by simply looking at the speeds in popular locations like city center. Instead, you have to check their speeds in your local area, indoors and outdoors, especially indoors. Even though the download speeds are more critical because that's what most people do most of the time, for example when watching online TV, etc., the upload speeds are also important. However, when it comes to the upload speeds, you don't need as big numbers as you would want with download speeds. During the same period of 2021 to 23, in the Berkshire and London areas, I observed the upload speeds to be between 10 and 20 Mbps, with the highest of just under 65 megabits per second. Upload speeds are useful when you're sending something. For example, when I upload this YouTube video, I will need a good upload speed to be able to upload the video quicker. Let's now look at the download speeds of a popular mobile network in Toronto, Canada. The initial readings on the left were taken in 2020, and the recent ones on the right of this graph were taken in 2022 and 23. While you may not see the 300 Mbps plus speeds we saw earlier in London, the average speeds here still arguably seem better than what we saw in London. In this graph for a location not far from central Toronto, the average speeds are consistently around or over 100 Mbps. The highest here that we recorded was 210 Mbps. But as I said earlier, it all depends on the quality of the network in the location where you are testing. Looking at the upload speeds for the same mobile network in Toronto, Canada, it isn't unusual to see upload speeds of around 40 Mbps. Now, as you may know, there are multiple occasions in this graph where the upload speeds are over 50 Mbps. The highest we saw was around 55 Mbps. The values on the far left of this graph are from July 2020, and the ones on the right are primarily from 2023. In Sweden, we did not take as many readings, but maybe enough to give a general idea. These readings were taken in a place called Sollentuna, which is on the north side of Stockholm, so it's not very central. As mentioned earlier, location is crucial. Mobile operators generally invest more money in the network in central locations because there's more traffic there. More traffic requires more capacity, so if you check the speeds during busy hours in busy locations, you may struggle. But once the traffic is eased up, you may see high speeds when testing in central locations. The average speeds we got in Sweden, so north of Stockholm, was around 90 to 100 Mbps using LTE Advanced. The maximum we recorded was around 105 megabits per second. The average upload speed for the same Swedish network in the same location was around 25 to 35 Mbps. The maximum I got was 35 Mbps. Now, just to remind you, these readings were taken in a location that is not very central. If, for example, we were taking these readings in central locations like central Stockholm, I would have expected the speeds to be considerably higher. Now looking at the 5G speeds in the UK. So as you may note from this graph, 100 Mbps seems pretty easy to achieve with a 5G network. But it all depends on the mobile network operator and their performance in the location where you are testing. While I've measured and experienced download speeds of between 400 and 500 Mbps with 5G in Berkshire and Central London, the average indoor speed has been around 100 to 200 Mbps. The best I recorded was in Berkshire, which was around 530 Mbps. More recently, around late 2022 and 23, the average 5G download speeds for two of the best mobile network operators I have tested have been below 100 Mbps in Berkshire. The upload speeds with 5G in the UK have generally been okay, but of course, the demand for downloads is always higher than the demand for uploads. Most of the things we do on the internet require us to download things as opposed to uploading things. The average upload speeds here are around 20 to 40 megabits per second. The best 5G upload speed I saw was around 116 megabits per second. Finally, I just wanted to say that I would love to hear from you about your 4G and 5G speeds. So please let me know in the comments below what speeds you get in your city or country. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I've written a detailed post on this topic and the link is in the description. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'm posting new videos all the time.